Dori Roberts joins us now. Her cousin was kidnapped. Cousin, two young daughters. His cousin with two young daughters, 4.5, 2.5. Again, kids in play here as hostages. Also, his aunt and her longtime partner are also missing and assumed to have been taken. Dori, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Chris, so much for having me on your show tonight, and thank you for this coverage. This has been an overwhelming experience for the entire nation of Israel and for all of our family members in Israel and abroad. We all learned a couple of days ago about the war that broke up, caught me in the middle of just a normal life, enjoying the weekend with my family. When I reached out to my family back home after I heard the news, they told me they were safe. They told me they were doing okay. They were up north. But at the same time, I learned that part of my other family went missing. When I asked them for more information, they told me that my cousin, Doron, went down to spend a weekend holiday and the Shabbos with her aunt, with her mother, my aunt, Efrat, and her two kids, a 4.5 and a 2.5 years old kids. They decided to stay over the Saturday, and after that, they woke up to a nightmare, a terror. Sirens all over the place, explosion, shots were fired, and they're in the safe room, locked in, fear for their lives, learning on the information groups that there are terrorists in the community. The community is really only about a mile away from the Gaza border. So
when was the last time, Dori, that you heard from your family?
The last time we heard from that was 6:30 in the morning, Israel local time. And about 4 hours later, at 10:30 in the morning on a Saturday, the communication lost. We assumed they were kidnapped. And soon after, we saw the video coming from the Hamas showing my cousin, my aunt, and the two kids being taken on a vehicle surrounded by armed Hamas militants to the Gaza Strip. The partner, my aunt partner, went missing. Another half cousin of mine that went and defended the community as part of the security team, they're both been missing since then. We don't know where they are. We just do not know if they've been kidnapped, they've been dead, wounded. We don't know. We don't have any information on their existing right now. The last
Dori,
communication, or not even communication, signs of life.
Go ahead. What was the last sign of life?
This last sign of life was coming from her cell phone that showed up location in Han Yunis, which is the southern part of the Gaza Strip. And after that, her husband, Yoni Asher, tried to reach out to the government, to the army, to police. He went on media. He went on any possible way he could to ask for help, but the help was not there. Unfortunately, it took them 7 hours or more to come and send help.
Certainly, Dori, you know they were overwhelmed in this situation because they were taken by surprise. They didn't have, the troops down along the border in anticipation of anything like this. And Hamas, obviously, that was part of their planning and doing this. What do you say to people back at home who are just getting to understand the situation and believe that Hamas is trying to protect the rights of the oppressed and suffering Palestinians? What do you tell them about what Hamas is really about?
Well, first of all, I think that everybody home knows what Hamas is really about. This is not about a conflict. This is not about a race. This is not about a religion. It's about Hamas being a terror group, and they want to come after kids and after women and after civilians, not fight army like army. This is not 1973 when we had army fighting army. The beautiful news about Israel right now is I see the people rising up to the occasion, donating blood, food, money, helping each other, put all the decisive stuff around aside, coming together as a nation to help each other. That is really uplifting in sights that I've never seen in my life. The family, we are holding each other together strong. We're trying our best.
Hey, thank you for watching. Please go to newsnationnow.com, newsnationnow.com, And you can find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button down below. Then you will get more of NewsNation's fact-driven coverage.